it's LaShawn here with Life's a Story. I am going to be doing an unboxing today of something that I have wanted for a very, very long time. Since I heard about the new composting technology that's out there, I've wanted this, but it was just way outside of my budget. And so, of course, I have been stalking Amazon, and finally for Black Friday, it was on sale. It was like 40–50% off. It's about half off. And so I shouted to my husband like, hey, this would be a great Christmas present. He didn't really say much about it, and I thought he forgot about it, but nope, he got it for me for Christmas. And that is a LOMI. Okay, at first I was just gonna set it up, but then I thought I'd just turn on the camera and let you see how it turns. So it's kind of heavy. We have the LOMI itself. It's bigger than I thought it would be, but not too big. You know what I mean? It's about 10–15 pounds. Okay, so we got that, and then what comes with it in here is the adapter, this box full of goodies, instruction manual, that's important, and how to get started. All right, so I think tonight, compost accelerator. I'm just gonna set it up and try a cycle with you guys watching me. I'm usually one of those people that just start plugging stuff up, and then if something goes wrong, then I will try to figure it out. But I think for this one, I probably should read the manual first. The reason I wanted to get the LOMI is because we throw away scraps upon scraps. When I'm cooking, whether it's making a soup or some kind of vegetable, I'm always leaving those scraps, whether it be strawberries or something like that I bought. I wanted to find a way to reduce our waste, so I'm always looking for ways to recycle food back into my garden and enriching my soil. So that is really why I'm very, very excited about it. All right, so we have my LOMI. It says fruits and vegetable scraps, food leftovers, plate scrapings, meat scraps, seafood, fish bones, eggs, eggshells, coffee grounds, soft peels. And then it goes, okay, things that you can't put in here. You can't put bones in here. Cooking oils like butter can't go in here. Cooked potatoes, popcorn kernels. So there's a list of things that I can put in here and can't put in here. I'm really surprised that you can put meat in here. I don't know if I would want to put meat in the LOMI because I don't know how, well, I guess when something dies and it decomposes, it goes into the dirt. So we got our bucket, our back filter, our top filter, and our lid. So we got the lid. We got the bucket. This is where the food scraps go in, and you can fill it like up to here. So that's a lot of scraps. And then we have the side filter and the up filter here. Okay, good direction for Sean. Okay, so it has 3 different modes. It has Eco Express mode, LOMI approved mode, and the grow mode. So the Eco Express mode takes 3 to 5 hours to break down. And then the LOMI approved mode takes 5 to 8 hours. And then the grow mode is what I'm really interested in, because that is where they take the food waste and turns it at low heat, which is going to preserve the microorganisms and bacteria. So the one that's the longest, which takes 16 to 20 hours, is the one that you want if you want to use it for your garden or compost it. The other is just to reduce the waste. LOMI is best stored between 15 to 30 degrees Celsius, never in a garage. Or install the top and back filters. Open the back panel of the unit and remove the rectangular filter box. Okay, so this is the filter box. Take off the top. There you go. And all right, I'm gonna come back after I read the directions. You don't need to see that. So essentially, I had to put some activated charcoal that came with the packaging. They give you 2 bags, and then you take it and you put in 2 filters. There's a filter here, you pour some in, and then there's a filter in the back that you pour some in. I'm thinking off the top of my head now, wondering how long this charcoal is going to last before I have to spend money to get another bag or so to keep using my LOMI. Okay, so I've started the LOMI. I've read the do's and don'ts. Now it's saying it's simply a matter of opening the lid, removing the bucket, which I did already. This is what it looks like on the inside. And then add waste to the bucket. Okay, so I pulled some things that I want to test this on. One thing that it says that we can put in here is coffee grounds. So my husband and I like to drink coffee. We always have coffee grounds. And side note, Starbucks does this program called Grounds for Gardens, where if you go into a Starbucks, you can ask them for their coffee grounds from the day and they give them to you for free. All right, so we got that. And then a banana that's been sitting for a little while. So I'm gonna just chop it into small pieces. I have a piece of an onion that's been sitting in my refrigerator for a while. It's starting to actually sprout. I'm gonna just get that a rough chop. It feels almost like I'm making a soup. I have some, you know, those fruits that you buy in the grocery store and then it goes bad before you can eat all of them. I'll go ahead and put those in here. All right, what else do we have here? I have an apple. I wonder, see what happens. I'm just gonna cut things into bite sizes. I'm imagining that if I do that, somehow it will cut down on the processing time, since it's gonna have more surface area that's exposed to the processing at any given time. And then buying a whole bunch of strawberries and then not eating them all. That was in there. And we love eggs. So I'll put those in here. Just give them a little zhuzh. We go through eggs left and right. Now the thing about that, was watching some reviews on LOMI on YouTube, and the thing is, they say that you can kind of keep it, you know, like keep adding to it throughout the week. If you're somebody that lives by yourself, or you know, have small children, you're not making as much of this kind of waste as we do. We have a family of 5. I have a beet that I forgot was in my refrigerator. This is gonna be very interesting. I'm excited because I have another beet. If this is what it's cracked up to be, this is a game changer in my kitchen. Okay, so I'm like right at the limit, and that's just with some stuff out of my refrigerator. So now what I'm thinking is, you know, on Saturday, well, at least for my family, on Saturdays we clean out the refrigerator of anything that wasn't eaten, you know, any leftovers, any old salad, any old lettuce, all those things. Instead of going into my trash, can go in here. Look at that. It's kind of pretty. I insert the bucket by aligning it with the arrow. There's a little arrow here, and I'll align it with the arrow that's in here. Okay. Do I need to twist it or something to make it? All right, then lid back. Oh, close the lid. Ta-da. All right, the lid is on and it is flashing green. Okay. Default mode is Echo Express. To change mode, press the button 2 to 3 seconds on to interface section. Okay, so I want it to be, I'm going to try for the LOMI mode. Okay, so I want the grow mode, which is the first one. So right now, it's on LOMI mode. Now it's on grow mode. Oh, okay, so once you get it to the right mode, you hit a press, and then I can hear it going on. As the mode goes through its various cycles, it's gonna dry, mix, and cool. These lights will illuminate in green. So it has drying, mixing, and cooling. That's all gonna be happening. When the cycle is complete, the main button light will turn green, and all the cycle lights will also be green. So theoretically, this should take about 16 hours to run its course. So I'll bring you guys back when it's done. So here we are in part 2 of my review of the LOMI composter. I received it for Christmas, thank you honey, and have been using it for this month since the new year, so about a month now, and I'm going to tell you what my honest review of this product is. When I first saw this LOMI, I was like, oh, I gotta have it. Then it was $4.99. I was like, maybe not so much. I was trying to figure out different ways to compost, because we were still throwing away a lot of food. Every time I would cook or make soup or something, you know, those vegetable ends that they don't go into your dish, was all going into the trash. I've been stalking Amazon for about 2 years, and finally this past Black Friday I saw it was on sale for I think like 40% off. Then Christmas Day came. Did I cry? Yeah, I dropped a tear too, because I was very, very happy. It does come with great instructions telling you what things are permissible. You can't just put everything up in here. You can't be like, oh, let me get this cardboard box and break it down in my LOMI. It's basically for like kitchen scraps, leftovers that's getting ready to go in the trash, put it in your LOMI. You're cutting up vegetables and you got vegetable scraps, put it in your LOMI. You got eggshells. We go through about like 2 dozen eggs at this point. Put them in your LOMI, okay? And as I explained before in the last video, it has different settings. If you want to put this into your garden and have microorganisms in there, then you're going to put it on the slowest setting. That's going to take about between 16 to 20 hours to cycle. If you're just trying to reduce your waste and not have as much volume of waste in your trash can, you can put it on the 5-hour cycle, and it's just going to heat up and process much faster, but it's also going to kill all the microorganisms that are in your compost. So let's see what came out of this container. In here I had about 18 eggshells. I had 2 lemons that were in the bottom of my refrigerator that I cut up and put in here. I had some basil leaves. I had some vegetable scraps from cooking over the week, and a couple of other things. I just had some other things. So the good thing about the LOMI is that you can put stuff in here throughout the week without it smelling of your kitchen, because it has 2 carbon filters that are going to keep the smell inside. And even when I opened it up, it wasn't that bad. So let's look and see. I'm going to pour it out into this tray, what I got. And this I put on the slow setting. So this is going to be fit to go into my garden. Hold on. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, I'm gonna pop this back in here. Okay. All right. Now, as you can see, you can still see like little bitty pieces of the shells and different stuff that was in there, but it's all been reduced. This whole thing was, that container was almost full, and it's reduced down to this. So my recommendation for the LOMI is that if you're looking for something to cover a large amount of ground, the LOMI is not going to do that, okay? Unless you have a long time. Like, let's say you start, I don't know, in November around your frost date, and you just continue to go throughout the winter, week after week after week, and build it up. Maybe if you have a small enough space. This would be great for containers, sprinkling in containers. Like, I might sprinkle some in my basil plant. I might sprinkle some in my aloe vera plant. If I have a dragon fruit cactus, I might sprinkle some in my dragon fruit cactus. That would be the use for this. I'm thinking, because I do have a compost bin outside that's been processing all winter, that I'm gonna have to pull some out. But I have 13 raised beds, and I have 6 vertical planters and several pots. It would take me forever to get enough compost to cover that much ground. So what I'm thinking that I'm going to do is I'm going to use and concentrate on using to put in the hole with my seedlings. So when I go to plant my tomatoes, my peppers, and my lettuces, all that out, when I dig the hole, I'm just going to take, a little scoop, put it down in the hole, and give my seedlings a great start of nutrition and really concentrate the microorganisms in where the seedlings are going to need it the most. That probably would be the best bet. So I've done maybe like 8 or 9 cycles. A couple of them, I feel like I had too much water in them, so they came out really moist and it was a hard time cleaning it out. But I think as long as your materials that you put in here are not too wet, it comes out like this, like a powder. And it's great for adding extra microorganisms to your garden. So thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.